So welcome to part 2 of this video tutorial series on how to use Python Go to make a worksheet for your computer science classrooms. And if you've watched part 1, you'll have seen me play the role of the student answering question 2 here, but I thought it might be useful for you to see how I might create my own question as a teacher. And I'm going to create a new question 3 down here. So the first thing you would do is pop into Python Go and create a question. And so I'm just working in mycode.py here. I've created a question. It's silly. It's a program where it asks for a person's name, and if they're called Bob, it tells them to go away. And actually I've put this in on purpose because sometimes students are surprised when a program doesn't have an else part to it. It just has an if. And it's useful to throw one of those into your worksheets every now and again. So let's assume this is a question I'd like a student to answer. I'm going to grab its name there, Control-C, up onto Share, and paste the name in there and press copy. This gives me a URL with the code embedded inside it, and in this case I mean these comments. There's no actual Python code. Then I can pop back to my worksheet and paste it in there. Now that is now a working link that will take students to that question. So I think the first thing to do really is to answer it, and let's get a model answer in there as well. So this would be teacher model answer. And I'm sure we can all program in Python, so if you want to fast forward this little bit where I do the actual coding, that's not obviously sensible just to save time, but I'll just code it now live. So let's say some name rather, equals input, what's your name? And this is this daft program that's going to say go away to anyone called Bob. And then we can, and you know what, let's throw some comments at this, hashtag get the name, because I expect my students to comment code, so I need to do that in my model answers. Check if they are called Bob. And here we go, if some name is the same as Bob, and I would encourage my students here to go case insensitive with lower, and so that might be in the mark scheme. And then we could say print go away. Bit rude to people called Bob, but we're going to do it anyway. It's a bit silly. And that's it, that's my model answer. Check it works. Doesn't say anything unless you're called Bob, and it's working. So there you go, that would be my model answer. And what I'll do now is grab the name of the question, Control-C, into Share, paste it with teacher model answer, because that's going to be part of this link that I'm going to put into my doc. Press copy, close it down, and then I can go back into my document and put that down there. So now I've got question 3 with a model answer, and I've got the little student starting point up here. And of course students can then answer this question, paste their links and so on. I think the only thing missing then would be just to do this, and I'm just going to grab one from above up here just to save time. But I would put this in for my students in advance so they can see what I'm looking for. Slightly struggling with indentation. There we go. So add comments, and of course these will be blank when a student is first tackling one of these questions. There wouldn't be any of these self-assessment symbols. The students put these in themselves. So let's have a look if this is appropriate. This would be get the name. That's that one. Check if they are called Bob. Check if name is Bob. And have a useful output message. That's it. So I think I've got this this question finished off here, and I'm sure you could imagine how you could create 10, 15, 20 questions in a worksheet pretty quickly. And just for clarity, for those of you that are new to Python Go and aren't quite sure about this, when the student first arrives on this worksheet, the beginning of a lesson, it would be blank like that, and there wouldn't be any of this in here. So this is what the student would face, and I'm presuming you probably taught something, done a bit of live coding, and you're setting them off with a task. And you can see it's really neatly formatted. They've got a series of these boxes here that they can work in, and they can paste their answers into here. And in fact, let's tidy it up. Let's imagine it was sort of probably look a bit like that when the students first come in, and they click these links, paste their answers in their own links into here, self-assess, check with the answers. And I really do think that that shows you the beauty of Python Go and how quick it could be in the classroom for you to create resources that you can keep and use for many years. Students find it helpful to see the model answers as links and so on. So there you go. I'm definitely finding it helpful in my classroom, and I'm hoping that you'll find it useful in your classroom too.